Okay, guys and girls, I've got the microphone on. YouTube is telling me I'm live and doing all that kind of stuff, and I want to say welcome, everyone. And it is day 136 of our Icelandic volcano eruption stream. And right now we're not erupting, but we should be soon. The rumble chart says a little different in the last 20. Yeah, it looks a little different. It really does. The tremor chart is definitely a little weird. And I was actually going to download the latest one here. I was trying to download some other stuff that didn't work out. So why is YouTube holding Maui me saying hi to everyone? I don't know what the heck is going on. YouTube's got some issues today. Anyway, guys and girls, I'm really happy y'all popped in, and I was going to load up the latest and greatest of that rumble chart as soon as I can redo it here. I did notice it went up a little bit, but it yesterday it certainly did not make it up as high as we wanted to, and I'm going to save that image in a second here. And anyway, in the meantime, I want to say hi to everyone as I'm saving that. And I see we have a bunch of people in here. Yeah, why is bot going crazy? How come we got 40 hellos all of a sudden? Something wrong with the bot. YouTube's gone wacko. Anyway, guys, I want to welcome, let's see, Arizona Snowman first off, because of course he is our trusty guy with the big stick. And we really do enjoy having Arizona Snowman in here doing his thing. He's a very nice guy and takes care of business. And good evening, Lady Justice. I'm glad to see you on board. And I will address your concerns in a couple of minutes, okay? I do want to say hi to a bunch of people first. So Kevin Haynes, welcome. Philip Green also back in here. Force Sailor, Echo the Bot. Jonesy Music, hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. We got Truth in the house. Friend is also here. Larry Vladika is back. Hugh Blackburn, DJ Puff, of course, is back in the house. Bo popped back in as well. Glad to have you on board. Doug Christopher, Rebecca Patterson, Sandra Rockland, Louise, Limara 64. Ducky is back. Welcome, you guys. Glad to see all of you, and really super that you could pop in. And of course we got Ray Scott as well. Jay Donaldson, Rayola is back in here as well. David _1. I thought the volcano is dead or death. No, volcano is not death. It's merely sleeping. It will come back to life in a little while, so don't panic. Maui me, okay, Al Labine, is it Labine or Labine? Welcome, Al, and glad to have you on board. Pamela Moncure, Y.O. John also here, William Kershaw. Let's see, going up the ladder, a few more. Ricky Music, Silicone Avatar, glad to see you on board. Lenny Anderson back here. Let's see, I'm just going up trying to see who else I might have missed, because a lot of you guys popped in real quick. I think I did say Echo the Bot, so that might be an echo. Okay, anyway, we're going to, before we get any further, I do want to remind everyone that if in the top of the chat box, if it says live chat or top chat, you are indeed watching the live stream as it's happening. If it says top chat replay or live chat replay, that is a stream that has already been recorded, finished, and is no longer live. That means you are watching basically a video of that stream, And you still can make comments down below, but you cannot put comments into the chat box at that point in time anymore, just so you know. There's a couple other things I wanted to address here. I see a whole bunch more people piling in, but that's fine that they're popping in. One of the things was I missed a super chat yesterday, and Sherry Lawson, if you're in here already, my apologies. If not, I will apologize to you when you do get in here. And I missed your super chat or acknowledging it, but I did see that Arizona Snowman did acknowledge it, and thank you for doing that, Arizona Snowman. I appreciate that, and I know you tried to tell me that the super chat was there, and I missed it, okay? And I do know why, because I was going back and forth at the time. I see exactly what happened there, and I did go through the stream today to see a couple things. The other person I want to address and apologize to is Lady Justice, and I know you mean well with what you put down, and it's not trying to ignore you or anything that you have said. We take all your input very, very seriously and to great value. Okay, that is the first and foremost thing that you got to understand. Each and every one of you that contributes here, I do see your messages. Sometimes things get moving very quickly, and I did actually take a look in the stream to see what was going on at the time. And yeah, when you had put your message up, the chat rate was at 32 messages per minute, and then it rolls up to 78, okay, thereafter. And I did in fact miss your comment about the gases, but I also do want to re-emphasize that the way things are with when you have a camera pointing at it, and yesterday was actually a very good example. We were looking at the MBL camera, looked more bluish with a lot whiter lava, whereas the Visor cam had a lot more of a red tinge in it. And this is just a simple little tweak inside that camera that throws it off from one setting to another ever so slightly, and all of a sudden your hue and your saturation levels are either too high or too low, and it can make things appear falsely. One of the things, and I can appreciate what you were saying there, that those gases that are coming off of the volcano can be deadly, and I do agree with you. There is no denying that you're not going to stand down there beside the volcano and start breathing SO2 or H2S or whatever else we have, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen sulfate or sulfide, whatever they call it. And by the way, I am not a chemist, okay? I do have to really reiterate that. I am an amateur geologist and a prospector, and I usually try to relay the information from one source to another, and hopefully the validity of it is as good as I can get. When I'm reading out of some of the scientific papers or something, usually I don't have to take it with a grain of salt. It's already put into theory after it's been scrutinized by a whole bunch of people that are much, much smarter than me. So, but the material sometimes with the gas off-gassing, that is a very tricky one, and I do understand the concerns that we don't want anyone in harm's way, no matter what, right? And it is appreciated that you made the comment you did, but we also have to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt to know exactly because I don't know the exact settings on that camera. I certainly am not in Iceland to know what is actually coming off of that volcano. No one else has mentioned any differences in the gas material coming off. You know, that there was all of a sudden we've had, you know, major high levels of you know, SO2 or something. Nobody had mentioned any of that, so I kind of was thinking, okay, this is a setting on the camera, that's why it's making it appear blue. And like I said, though, I do have to qualify it in that sense. But I also do have to apologize for not getting your message out there as well. And like I said before, I really do appreciate each and every one of you having input here, and this is what makes this stream work, because we have a lot of like-minded people in here doing their thing. So please forgive me if I missed your message and didn't respond to it properly. Like I said, it's not as easy as one thinks to sit here. I have a lot of things to do while I'm talking, as an example. And of course, when you're talking, you're not going to be able to read what's going on in the chat. I'm not that talented or that well versed at multitasking. But anyway, if I offended you, please, I do you know, sincerely apologize, Lady Justice. You and your husband have put in some good information and comments, and in no way, shape, or form am I trying to diss you or anything like that. We do appreciate everything that you've thrown in. So please know that, and please understand that. Okay. So nothing evil is meant here, and things happen. Okay, I see some other comments in here, and Lamara, Dr. Fox, I read that particulate meters are not exact, but I don't know what that means. Okay. Anyway, all right, Lady Justice, thank you, and I hope you understand where I'm at, you know, and I do appreciate your input, you and your hubby both there, and it's just one of those things. Sometimes we miss things. Yeah, Aaron, don't rub it in, Aaron. Look, it happens, and you guys got to understand. I'm running a kind of a mini studio here, and you know, when you have an actual production out there, you know, you have multiple people working on different aspects of it, and you know, sometimes it is just not so easy. And yeah, I'm watching that. I'm seeing that fog roll in. I'm not happy about that, and unfortunately, that is beyond my control as well. My weather machine is still not functional. I figure 18 years, I'll have it ready to go for you. So let's hope this thing will keep going. And let's see if I can split my screen up and find what's going on. All right, albino squirrel was what? What squirrel? Albino squirrel. Hang on. DJ, don't do that to me. Nice to see all of you tonight. Yeah, where's the lava hiding? We're about to go see if we can see if it's going to start coming out or not. And I'm going to... oh, did somebody change things here again? Yeah, I must have been playing here. Okay, I have to do a couple things, and then we'll get that new chart up there. And I was actually looking for something else earlier and didn't find it. Yeah, that one that I had up there was a couple hours old already, so I wanted to remove that and get you the latest and greatest one. And we'll see if we can get that on the screen real quick, and we'll see what these tremors are doing, and we will go from there. So and yeah, when a few people did mention that the tremor chart really looks different. It does. It really, really does. How come you keep doing that, DJ? I'm looking for a white squirrel now. I'm sorry, guys. It's just too much fun. I had to throw that in there. Anyway, this is our wonderful chart, and if I move it into my classic mode, I can actually get my crayons to write on there. And of course we see where it's sitting way down on the bottom here right now. And I'm kind of disappointed at that. I was hoping it would be on the way up. But as you can see, we do have what looks like an upward trend happening. So depending on how quickly that comes up. Now, the big concern was this was as high as it got yesterday. And that basically just produced lava inside the crater and not really splashing out. And that's a really good indicator that we had something different happening. So as I've mentioned many times before, we may have had a change in the plumbing. Jonesy Music throws in a £2 super chat. Glad you love it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Do I know how Piggy is doing? You bet, Betty. I will tell you about that in a second. I just want to finish with the chart, and we will clear that. Actually cleared off, but as I was saying, the eruption yesterday was a lot lower, and you know, that height is definitely kind of strange. I don't know if, you know, it really didn't go down quite as far, but that's not as much of a concern. It's the height that it got back up to. So we will we'll see what it does in the near future. And yeah, we got horrible views. I'll throw it on one of them anyway, and we'll see if it fogs out completely. We will. What truth? The valves are stuck. Come on, man. I gave you that WD-40. Use it. Or did you drop it down in the vent or something? Chuckster's also in the house. Okay, so you guys were asking how Piggy was doing. Piggy was actually in the chat over in the other stream earlier today. And I think she went to bed now and is resting. They did have a 5.0 earthquake there today again, and that wasn't good because she really doesn't want that happening tomorrow during her operation. But yes, she is scheduled to be operated on, get her leg all fixed up tomorrow, and we wish Piggy all the best, and I hope that she's okay. And she did make a new friend today, a parrot, and I thought that was kind of neat. She did send us a picture, and I did show it in the other stream. I'm not going to show it here because she's not here to allow it. So I used the WD-40 to what? Marinate the pork chops. Oh, truth. How? No, not the pork chops. It was the valves. Oh man, we're gonna have yucky tasting pork chops, all covered in mineral oil. Okay. Anyway, let's see what else was asked here. Enough of the shenanigans for now. There was another. Was there an earthquake in the regions? And I do not believe that there was. Flo, I don't think so. At least none that I heard of. and maybe during my break I will see if I can load up another chart there for the earthquakes and see if we can see anything on that updated earthquake map. 420 in plain sight, $5 super chat. Awesome, buddy. Thank you very much for the support. Really do appreciate it. Also wanted to say hi to a few more people that just popped in. So of course we got 420 is here, as well as Yona, and Henrietta is back, or Henriette. Yeah, Henrietta. Welcome. Louise, I don't know if I mentioned you earlier. Zachary is in here. Flo, of course. Andrea, or was it Adrian Weiss. There, I got it right. Adrian Weiss. There, Feuerstan MC. How's Iceland? Are you in Iceland now, Feuerstan? Just curious. Also, Nancy Buchanan is also in the chat. Good to have you back, Nancy. And let's see, David Ross also popped in. Ez is here. Chuckster, I think I mentioned you earlier. Betty also here, and we did talk about Piggy already, so that's all cool. So, oh, Mark LaBarbecue is here. And did I miss anyone else? Brutal Avenger, Johnny Kraken, Frosty Username also back in the house, Barbarian, all those good people. So glad to see all of you. If I've missed some of you, it's not intentional, like Eric Moss just slid by there, but he did the right thing. He put DrFox2000, it turned red, and I could actually see his name right beside it. So very good. Chris Waves, oh, Waves of Chris. Welcome, Chris. Jeff Burke also back in the house. What do we got? Bog Caddy also here, so good to see you guys. Robert Ferry, no problem. Good, it is no problem. Ma Dolores Lee, welcome, and glad to have you on board. What is it? Ilona, and then I'm gonna bugger that last names up. I'm just gonna say Ilona. I hope that works. And greetings to you. Thor also in the house. And I believe that is a Japanese name. Is she dead? No, she's dead. She's not dead. She's just sleeping. And I'm sorry for not being able to decipher your Japanese name. My apologies. Jay Hawkins also here. Cheers. Welcome on board. Sue Hayes. Welcome. I think I said you earlier though. But cool to have you here. Always enjoy having people returning. Plan is to go up to the volcano on August 9th. Oh, well, August 9th is a good day. And it's a very good day. I'm not going to say why, but it's a very good day. Yeah, that would be a treat for me. Thank you. If we could get some kind of footage from you, that would really be awesome. Anyway, right now, unfortunately, we're not seeing any footage of anything with the horrible views we've got, and yeah, that's just not equitable, if you want to put it in other words. Let's see, I'm going to see if I can split that up and maybe load us another file or something here so we can actually watch something. Lava's always nice, right? So let me see if I can find a video that I might have recorded from last night. So in the videos, last night or today or something, that might have been this one. I'll take a look and see if that was worthy. Yeah, I guess we'll throw that live and see how that goes. And at least it gives you a little bit more than fog to look at. So yeah, this one I recorded that yesterday. It was kind of weirdish, and was just looking at it. Now it didn't bring anything up at all, and this was the kind of the weird part. This was about the extent of what we seen with the eruption, and we really did not see any flow coming out at all. So I was kind of going, okay, well, where's it going? Or are we just at an equilibrium where it's not going up or down, that type of thing. Now, also in here, it's I'm not like the looks of the Tremor chart. Rude. I hope I said that. Ruid. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, but yeah, the Tremor chart is kind of odd looking today, and you know, with it not having gotten to full eruption and then drop back down, that kind of makes me wonder what is going on with the plumbing down below. But this was kind of from earlier this morning, Iceland time. You can see it was 4:38. It did look fairly interesting. A lot more red glow in there than what the camera showed last night. This was the MBL cam that had a much more bluish haze to it, and the lava was actually showing up almost white, or the off-gassing steam that it has there, and that also makes some of that steam out in the front here, or the smoke. It's interesting material. I'm not on site, and unfortunately don't have a gas meter sitting there, so I am not going to try to surmise what it might be. I will let the professionals do that when somebody wanders on over there and starts testing that stuff. All I'm going to say is, no, I'm not going to want to breathe it, okay? Don't show us the video of the front. And given the dark smoke a few days ago has built up again. Yeah, actually, if you're looking at this one, oh, Diane Craig, towards the equipment fund. Why, thank you. Hold it. That's a satellite dish you're showing there. Diane, you know how much that's going to hurt for me to haul that in there? I'm kidding. We'll have to just work on getting a helicopter to drop it in somewhere. Not sure I know where to put it. Seems, you know, we can't put it on the equipment hill, and I'm not going to put it up there on Theater Hill either, because I think that might get wiped out soon. Anyway, thank you very much, Diane, for the super chat. Really do appreciate that. Okay, lost my train of thought. What the heck was okay, you wanted to look at that other video. I'm gonna see if I can find that real quick, Nancy, and it takes a few seconds here. I should still have that loaded, and we will do that. By the way, I will have Rob on here shortly, but I am going to, once I go on my break, and then after that we'll get Rob on and let him give you some insights and neat things and all that nice stuff. So okay, I want to try to find the stuff real quick here from the other day, and I have to get into the right file folder, and hopefully I can find it. No, that's a picture. That's not that one. Okay, no, not that one. All right. Since then I've loaded a whole bunch, but Oh, that doesn't want to show up. Why is that not showing up? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I might have deleted that one. But I had it saved. Why is it gone? Okay, things that make you go, Okay. Funny things going on here. No, I don't have it anymore. Darn it! Unless I have it in a different folder. That could be the issue too, so... not that one. No, not there. Not on the 3D map folder, and I did not put it into the other one. Okay, so are you coming to Iceland, Jona? I am. I'm coming on the 17th. I will be there in the morning and staying till I believe it is the 23rd. So I am coming there for sure. Anyway, I'm trying to find that other file. I couldn't find it. I apologize for that. Rather than looking at this one. I was trying to get that on there. Okay, back to our foggy screens, and right now we're not seeing very much. And did I get that chart loaded? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'll put it back up there for a second because I'm suffering from a memory lapse right now. Too many things too quickly for me. And so, yeah, we did see that. And it is going back up, we hope, and hopefully it will get there before the end of the stream, or that we get something happening. Anyway, it is that time where I am going to take a little bit of a break. So please hang in there. Thanks always. Last night someone on Talk's channel said that they had built up again because what? Because it never caved in. Okay, I was starting to numb my memory. Afraid dementia. No, it definitely, Nancy, it definitely did drop in that chunk. And I do have the footage somewhere, so I'll see what I can do to find it. But right now, I am going to go take that a little bit of a break, and it may be just a little bit longer, and then we'll get Rob in here, and we'll let him speak for a little while. And I'm still trying to figure out how come I got a really fuzzy image on one of his videos there. It's didn't look as good as it could have, but I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna try to reload it before we get too far. So please, you guys, if you like what you've seen so far, if you haven't hit that like button, please consider doing that. Also, if you want to see more of the Volcano live streams that we run, usually with narration and a live volcano on occasion, you know, that does happen. Oh man, it really it does happen, and we do see lava. I kid you not, guys. Anyway, consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm going to be back in about 5 minutes, so please, or maybe 10 minutes. We'll see how long it takes. So I'm going to take the first 5 for myself, and then the other 5 I'm probably going to be kibitzing with Rob on the phone before we set him loose on the live. Okay, so don't go away. Keep smiling. I'll be back. Thank you.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Raindrops? Yes, I can hear myself. Okay, good evening. Happy Tuesday, everyone, or happy Wednesday if you're like me and you're on this side of the pond. Yes, Flo, I'm happy to catch you too. Yes, good evening. I'm Rob, or RLC, as you probably know me better. I'm just going to write you hi. There's me, so you recognize me in chat. I, like Dr. Fox, am not a qualified or even invested geologist. I don't even pretend to be. I just seem to have a bit more time on my hands since this eruption has been going on. I've received a few direct messages from some of you. I'll try and address what I can. I'm not going to be speaking for very long this time. Maybe if I can, I'll come back online again. I'm assuming that's all we've got live right now. It's just London fog at night. Yeah, it's really good to see you guys. I'm sorry I haven't been around for the last few days. It's not easy living partly on Alberta, Canada time, partly on Tokyo time for the Olympics. I do love my Olympics, while living in London. So it's just one long stream of consciousness. And my bandwidth doesn't appear to be as wide as I was hoping. Right, so anyway, good evening. Let me just go through chat and see if... yeah, I love London Loud. I'm pretty sure the volcano is not, the activity in the volcano is not dependent on how much Dr. Fox is talking, or for that matter, how much I'm talking. No matter how dulcet you guys find my tones to be. Is Paddington Bear available to comment? No, I banished him. He's gone through my stash of marmalade, but love the cultural reference. Maybe we can up it a bit. Next week, guys, we'll try a bit of jazz. Anyway, I just wanted to show you a couple of things. I've been having a bit of an objective spat with a colleague of mine, a fellow moderator, who insists on the current existence of lava tubes going down into Meradalur. I decided to go through some of the time lapses I've been making and see what if any of those could show us, give us any indication as to what's been going on. So I'm just going to show you the first time lapse that I made this afternoon. Basically, this time lapse begins pretty much about the same time as the 3D map was created. So if you keep your eyes along the rims, the edges of the lava flow, I'm hoping, in fact, I can pretty much say with certainty, we can see quite clearly that when we have an outburst, when we have a large flow of lava going down into the valley, we see the level of the lava rise precipitously. Some of you may have been around for the circus last week, where I was 2 weeks ago, I think, when I was begging Dr. Fox to look a bit further to the left, look a bit further to the left. If you can see along the left, along the ridge on the left-hand side, you'll notice that there's quite a significant difference. In fact, they've worked out that the average thickness of the lava in Meradalur is is growing by about 3 meters per day. The other thing that this shows us is the direction and the altitude, or the positioning of the flow relative to the rest of the lava field. So yeah, Dr. Fox, if you could just replay that. I will click on how deep is your voice on my next rotation. No, Dr. Fox? You know, guys, I'm wondering, I'm thinking maybe we should just throw the contest of when the lava flow is going to reach the sea out the window. Maybe instead we should have a contest. What's going to happen first? Is the eruption going to stop? Is Dr. Fox going to figure out how to use his screens on his computer? God bless him. Right. Can you, in fact, Dr. Fox, if you could just put that on straight onto replay, so you don't need to click it. Yeah, has that been done? Okay. Yes, I can hear you, Dr. Fox. No one else can. So that's just another thing for my shrink supervisor to add into my supervision report at the end of next month. Anywho, right. So what I was trying to tell you was, what this gives us a very clear indication of is the fact that the lava is flowing straight down into Mærdalur along the surface of the existing lava flow. It's not tunneling underneath like we saw before when it was coming down on the other side of Mærdalur, along the edge of, and I hope Siggy can hear me when I say Storyhuta. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Storyhuta. The big ram, that mountain you can see in the center of your shot. When it was flowing down there, it was basically going down lava tubes, and we weren't seeing it until it erupted much, much further down the valley. In this time lapse, which is basically the last week since we've had the 3D maps, since the last 3D map was published, that's when this cycle of time lapses begins. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Doc, if you could, 1 second, guys. I'm well aware of how unprofessional this probably seems. I'm just checking for myself where I wanted him to stop, because we get a very cool indication of something that I noticed. Oh, there you go. Right, Dr. Fox, if you could pause it at 30 seconds, next time it gets to 30, okay. If you can scroll it onto 30 seconds. Okay, so in this part of the time lapse, I noticed something very cool. We get a quite huge flow of lava coming down on our side of Mærdalur, straight into our bottom left-hand corner. And you'll notice for pretty much the rest of that day, maybe even a bit longer, you will notice a huge smoke plume. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you, in real time, our moss fires. There, you can keep it going. You can keep it going from there. No, don't worry, you can play. Carry on, no problem. So, can you see that lava is now hitting new heights along that valley wall? Therefore, it's coming into contact with the moss. The moss is going up in flames, and that is what a whole bunch of us were fighting about for about a month and a half. I just thought I'd mention that. It's pretty cool. Secondly, I think I'm up to thirdly or fourthly now. A vast majority of what we're seeing there is not gas emissions in the toxic sense. It's actually just water vapor. It's basically hot lava coming into contact, or rainwater coming into contact with the hot lava. That's pretty much it. And it seeps down, and we get deposits. Those deposits, by the way, are what give us those little white and green and yellow patches. It's basically the chemical composition of the lava coming into contact with rainwater. Rainwater, as we know, is always slightly acidic. That's why, for those of you who grow your own vegetable patches, heads up, it's always better to water your tomatoes with rainwater and not tap water, because tap water is more alkali. Anyway, that acid then interacts with the lava flow, the cool down lava, or the not so cool down lava. It then creates a solution, it dissolves, and what's left are little multicolored patches of a whole variety of chemical cocktail, let's call it. I'm happy to talk about the different elements that we see, but a vast majority of the different colors that we see in the lava isn't actually the different types of lava coming out of the crater. It's basically the different ways in which that lava interacted with the local climate while before it cooled down. That's pretty much it. I hope that clears it up. By the way, a word of a caution, because I did overhear what the good doctor was talking about earlier. I too came across some chatter about toxic fumes and immediate danger to health for certain people, and that they've put the city of Reykjavik on notice in case there's a sudden change of wind direction, and so on and so forth. Yes, we've seen a slight change of hue in what we're seeing in the emissions that are coming off the lava field and what's coming out of the crater. Bear in mind, this time of year, the light conditions in Iceland are beginning to change already. And we're noticing we're getting darker nights. We didn't used to get that about a month ago, did we? I'm pretty certain, I'm not 100% sure, so please don't quote me on this. If you do, it won't hold up in court. But I'm pretty certain that that change in hue that we've seen in the gas emissions is basically a change in the light condition, in the local light conditions, and the climate, and the whole range of other things. It's pretty much the same lava coming from the same source, spewing out the same gas emissions, sometimes more, sometimes less. There's no immediate danger to health, as far as I know, above and beyond what was already there the whole time. I'm just going to scroll up. DJ Pop III, I understand you're from Croydon. It's okay. Nobody's perfect. I won't hold it against you, but you need to find a new thing. North London and South London is not really a thing anymore. Truth, does the cool down lava not have minerals and chemicals that burns on high heat, which causes smoke, also besides water? Okay, I'm going to try and interpret what that means. Are you asked? Okay, I'm going to answer the following question. I think what you're asking me is, does the lava that we see change according to the temperature it is when it comes into contact with the water? Is that what you're asking me? Because I'm hoping that's what I answered. I feel as uncomfortable as you guys probably do with dead silence and dead space. But I just want to give him a chance to catch up. Okay, the smoke is what is produced when something is burning. Nothing is really burning here. Things are evaporating and things are emitting. I know, I'm a bit of a stickler for language, and mainly because after the last year and a half, I think we'd all have been a lot better off if language was used a bit more responsibly. And no, I'm not holding you personally responsible for all fake news that's out there. I promise you that truth. Yes, Paulzilla daylight is getting shorter by the day in northern hemispheres. That is an indication of winter is coming. Yes, that is true. No, okay, thank you, Truth, for getting back to me. No, the cool down lava has chemicals and minerals. Okay, the chemicals and minerals that exist in the lava are no different when it's cool or when it's hot or when it's still in the crater or before it even comes out the crater. The difference is the temperature that it's at when it interacts with the local climate. So if it's just interacting with just plain air with very little moisture, like we saw end of May, beginning of June time, we just get huge fields of thick jet black lava. When it's raining or there's a lot of extra moisture in the air, that's when we start seeing the multicolored effects. That's when we start seeing the slight rippling effects. Now, there is a difference between the several types of lava that we've discussed before that are dependent on the silicon level, the internal silicon level, and the internal gas, the gas quantity. I'll come onto that on another stream. All right, I'll come onto that in another stream. I know I've been promising you now for 2 weeks. I will talk about the difference between different chemical, the actual chemical difference between the different types of lava. It's not as great as perhaps you may think. And as with many other things, don't overthink it. Right, you guys have been staring at this time lapse for long enough. But anyway, it's pretty cool. The main thing I want you to take from this is the fact that the lava is coming out of the crater and it's literally just rolling above the surface of the pre-existing lava field, and then finding, based on gravity, based on its momentum, based on the amount of heat it was able to retain, and obviously based on its silicon levels, will basically determine how far down that those lava flows end up and where they end up. If we move on to the next lava flow, the next time lapse that I made, I want to show you something that I grabbed from the same camera, but I believe it was early on. I think it was sort of late June. I took this. Why has it frozen? Dog, you're not making me look good. Okay, so this is exactly the same camera, exactly the same position. You can just about make out the same features as they were. Why wouldn't you? It's the same camera from the same position. But what is this we see? The lava seems to be coming out of the backside of that mountain. have we got a new? Did we have a volcano that we all missed in the middle of June? No, we didn't. Before I go any further, I just want to explain to you the weather was appalling at this time. Can we do the round trip thing that we did last time? Thank you. So can you see the direction of the lava flow? It's not coming from the crater. It seems to be coming out of the base of that mountain. I'm going to pause myself while I just copy and paste James Donnelly's question, which I'm sure is fantastic. And I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to paste it, and I will read it when I'm done with this. Okay. Only because I noticed my initials come up, and you opened with the words "you still didn't address," and I didn't read anything else. Okie doke. Right. The weather was appalling when this particular time lapse was made, so I'm not going to take responsibility for that. But it really shows very, very clearly the very practical, very real, and awesome surprises that those lava tunnels, those lava tubes were causing us, especially for schmucks like me who agreed back in March to start making maps regularly to keep up with the lava flow, because we didn't know that any lava was coming down Merida. Lava was coming down anywhere, in any direction. And then all of a sudden, it just erupts out of the base of a different mountain. Basically, that jet black channel you can see going back up the valley hill. Underneath that crust is the lava tube. It then hits some resistance and gets forced up. I'm guessing the resistance is either the pre-existing mountain or the pre-existing lava flow that was ahead of it that had cooled down enough that it could actually force that lava momentum to just go straight up. The reason I'm showing you this is because I'm hoping this will end the little objective spat that I have with my colleague about whether or not there are currently lava tubes. Now, I may still be wrong. I usually am. As a general rule, just assume the opposite. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure this is an indication of how lava behaves when it travels down lava tubes. It disappears, and then it suddenly erupts quite some distance from the actual crater, as opposed to the other time lapse where it was literally just rolling down the hill on the surface, behaving more like water, more like we expect fluid dynamics to behave. Okay, Sue Hayes, I'm also going a bit crazy watching that screen. Maybe we can just move back onto the map. Doc, if I send you an image, are you able to put it on the screen now? Or is it too much of a faff? Okay, so I want to share something with you guys that my good friend and fellow mod Ivana created. I'm just sending it to the good doctor now. Yeah, if you could just focus it on Meridale, the more the merrier. See if you could just sort of like drag it across. Okay. Right. So I understand that there's been a lot of talk about which exit is it likely to go out of. Doc, if you could do the following, if you could use a red crayon and draw a line from the crater to where it says Meridal, to the M, and then curve it round. Basically follow it around the curve of the name Meridal until you're basically facing the eastern, the southeastern exit. By all means, put your sound back on so people don't think I'm having some kind of a breakdown and just talking to a map.
He's talking to a map. Don't listen to him.
Okay, James Donnelly, very quickly. That's an easy question. Ragnar was originally 2 different vents. Actually, it was originally 3 different vents. In fact, you've given me an idea, James Donnelly. Thank you very much. We'll see how much momentum I can get in this. I can show you the baby first steps. Okay, and stop. All right, that was some latency. Or either that or you dropped your box of crayons. I'm not sure.
I dropped them.
I'm just going to quickly just have a look at... thank you, Little Bear. I just feel weird calling you Little Bear, even though that's clearly what you want us to call you. But I appreciate the compliment. 420 in plain sight. I like to think in terms of how it will be when it's pouring into the ocean from a dozen different spots, overthinking it again. Yes, you are, and thank you for that. I literally have a blood vessel coming out of my forehead. I'm not even going to address that. Zachary Riles. I think it has about 10 meters to go before it goes east. Actually, it has about 3, maybe 4 meters to go. That map is already out of date. I'm really sorry. I wasn't able to get my new map update to the stream on time. I got a phone call just before I came live. But basically, it's already begun sort of encroaching. We've got about 3 or 4 meters, which might sound like nothing. I mean, I think in the greater scheme of things, it is nothing. But that's 3 or 4 meters in height at the end of a valley, which still has a long way to go before it's full. However, and the reason I wanted Dr. Fox to draw that wonderful crayolik line, I'm gonna call that. I think I've just coined a new term for a geologic feature. It's a crayolik line. The reason I asked him to draw that line was because I wanted to show you that once things have started leveling out, if the output volume continues as it currently is, and yes, granted, over the last day, we're not sure what's happening, but let's just scratch the last day for now. If we continue to get the same sort of stops and starts like we've had for the last couple of weeks, when it goes down that hill, it will invariably be forced towards the right, and it will invariably maintain its momentum because, remember from last week, we discussed the heat of the existing heat underneath that lava flow. It's basically going to take, in the north and south parts of Meridalish right now, it's not that thick, but those areas will still take about 6 months before it is completely solid rock. And that is assuming it doesn't continue to fill, which I expect that it will. Don Arnold, aloha to you too. And thank you. I'm just thanking everyone in Hawaii because it's you guys that got me in this mess in the first place. Flo Smith, is this the first shield volcano that we can study from its birth on times and instruments? Good question. Really good question. I can't wait to answer that. I will answer that. Hopefully I'll answer that tonight. I have a very, very cool spiel for you guys that I'd love to give you. It's really exciting. It's not necessarily newsworthy, but it will make so much sense, especially for those of you who have been watching this for weeks or months. So basically, as you can see, with that line, that crayolic line, that lava is just going to eventually force its way forward. And that's basically what happened with both Nathagi lava flows. It wasn't that the level of the lava rose up and rose up and rose up and then it overflowed. What happened was there was a sudden outburst of lava and it basically traveled along the surface of the pre-existing lava field. And it wasn't the height of the lava that pushed it over, it was the momentum of the lava. It was its forward motion, basically propelled it over the edge of Nathagi. It's what overspilled with the saddle that cut off the Etta Hill. It's not necessarily the height, it's the momentum that we need to be thinking of, unless, of course, we're talking about the existence of lava tubes, which I'm hoping we no longer have to talk about anymore right now. Just watch. As of tomorrow, all the time lapses are going to start showing the existence of pre-existing lava tubes. Truth, it could change and go into Gelingadalish. It's unlikely. If you look at any of the drone footage, there's basically a pretty deep, there are two very, very deep canyons coming straight out of the crater. One is going directly east and one goes south for about 50 meters and then curves round east. On that map, even though that map is outdated, what was Equipment Hill, which is still existing, I guess, those two flows coming out of those two canyons, one of them is going along the line that the doctor has drawn, or a little bit up or a little bit down, but it's basically going from the crater dead east or slightly northeast-east, or east-northeast, whatever we're going to call it. The other canyon that's going south, Doc, if you can just draw me a new line, a new curve, and just, can you see there's like a little, no, Doc, please.
Okay.
Please.
Where do you want it? Where do you want it?
Thank you. That vein that came out my forehead now has a sister. Thank you. No, you've just, Doc. Okay. Firstly, could you? I love you so much, and I can't wait to meet up with you. No, come on, Doc. Be cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Guys, stop laughing at me. This is basically my nightly existence. This is why I'm usually doing this stuff in bed, because it's not safe for me to be around sharp objects when I'm supporting the stream.
Okay,
and I don't know if you can hear, but the doctor's cackling in my ears right now.
Of course they can hear me.
If you could just go from the crater, can you see there's a little stocking directly below it, and it's going the other side. It's going down and around the other side of Equipment Hill, and then down into Meridana. Dark. Ah, there you go. Very nice. Very good. Right. That second line is basically where, up until about 3 or 4 weeks ago, all of the Mærdalish flow was going down to. Up until then, the only flow that was coming on that north side of the equipment hill was basically the runoff from flow back in the early days. And that hasn't happened since, I don't know, end of April, mid-May, absolute latest. So that's basically the line that all of the flow going into Mærdalish was going in. That lava has now vacated, and it's left behind a pretty deep canyon, going slightly south and then slightly east in the direction that it was going. Maybe in the next break, which I'm hoping will be pretty soon, have a look at some drone footage any time over the last month, and you'll see those two canyons. I'm not so sure that it's going to go into Gellingadal unless something else bursts out the base of the crater, like we saw a few weeks ago, that ended up just joining the rest of the flow down into Mærdalish. I don't see Gellingadal and Nathagi and No Name Valley. I don't see them getting full again. Because the lava will just want to follow those canyons, and when it does that, that heat will basically attract the next hot lava flow after it, and that's what we're seeing, stream after stream after stream. It would have to get immensely high on the east for the lava to say, you know what, we've had enough of this, we're going to start going west again and south again. I don't see that happening in a while. I've not seen anything that would suggest that.
I have that other image loaded up.
So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Oh, yes, you do. Okay, so I just wanted to share this one image with you. This is what my good friend Ivana, my fellow mod, my colleague, and one of the few people on this planet whose intelligence absolutely intimidates the hell out of me. This is Ivana. Some of you might know her from the other stream. She knows her stuff. She created this image for one of our viewers to illustrate a point that she was trying to make. And I wanted to share it with you. I'm not going to bother explaining it until I can see it on my YouTube stream. There it is. Okay. Right, so that is basically looking almost directly east towards that spillover point. Can you see how the lava flow from the day before has left its mark, and the lava flow from the day on which that image was taken is clearly making its own path, and it's heading straight towards the east. It's only a matter of time before that momentum, forget about going left, forget about going right, it's just going to plow straight ahead forward. Now, fortunately, there is another small hill on the other side of that little spillover, so that should be fun. A lot of people are of the opinion that it's actually going to start going north before it starts going south, partly to do with the direction of the slope that spillover, that saddle is on. I have some very, very cool trajectory illustrations to show you. Maybe I'll do it later, maybe I'll just answer Flo's awesome question later. And James Connolly, I'm just going to read your message. I'm not promising to answer it because it might be too hard for me, and I'm co-hosting and you're not. I'm joking. I will answer it eventually. You still didn't address the question of whether lava could be flowing both over and under the previously cooled lava. In fact, I know it does to at least some extent. I don't know that it does to at least some extent. What I do know is what we can see, that a vast majority of that lava output is running along the top surface of the existing lava field. And I also know, based on what we spoke about last week, that about, I can't remember what the figures are, something between 8 and 10 meters thickness of lava, absolute maximum, but it's probably closer to 8 or 5. Everything else underneath that is still molten lava. So when you talk about lava tubes or lava tunnels, I don't know what you're talking about, because it's all still pretty molten, if not it's semi-solid. It's in a semi-solid solid state under there. So lava tubes aren't really a thing. However, and this is where you may have a point, but it's not relating to lava tubes or lava tunnels. We would see if that were happening if we could begin to notice that the general level of the lava was beginning to increase up the walls of the valley without any visible lava intake. That could only happen in one scenario, and that scenario being the lava is actually being fed from underneath the cooler crust, and it's basically pushing the crust up. But right now, we don't even have to have that conversation. There's lava on the top, and there's lava at the bottom that's already been there. And we know that in Meradalur, and at the very top of Gellingadalur, right by the crater, is where the lava field is at its thickest. I think it's in some places, what did we say, 70, 75 meters thick. And last time I checked, I think that's actually, is that higher than the Niagara Falls, Doc? You know that sort of trivia.
Actually, I don't.
How high is Niagara Falls?
Yeah, I don't recall what Niagara Falls was height-wise. I thought it was 95 meters.
Somebody quickly Google. Oh, really? Okay. Anyway, it's pretty thick. So, James Donnelly, I hope that answers your question. But I
51 meters. 51 meters.
Yay! I got something right for once. I might finally make it onto someone's pub quiz team. Yes, if you didn't hear that, Doc, can they hear you?
Yeah, oh yeah, I've got my mic on. They can hear me. Should be all right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that basically means the thickness of the lava in Meradalur and the top by the crater in Gellingadalur is basically thicker than Niagara Falls is high. And I know Niagara Falls isn't that high, but it does give you some kind of an idea of what we're talking here. And James, I just wanted to address your question and not be accused of brushing you off again, because
Rob, your audio dropped. I don't know why. Unless it's mine. No, your audio definitely dropped. So not sure what's going on there, Rob, but hopefully you can figure out what's going on there real quick, Rob, and get it reinitiated if we need to. And let's see if I can get that back up. Where did it actually even go? Oh, I heard it. All right, let me. Okay, let's try that again. Is that working? Still don't hear you, Rob. No, it's me. Phone dead. Oh, okay. So anyway, while Rob's dealing with that issue, I'm going to continue here. Anyway, what we were just talking about as far as the where it may be exiting, and I'm going to try to get the right screen back up here. As what he was saying in this area, I'm not going to use crayons. So in all likelihood, we're going to see the spillover here. And what he was saying, that it's probably going to pour out this way. Now we do see a slight increase here in height or elevation. So we have a natural, I guess it's about 10 to 15 meters of a berm here. That in turn could actually just force the material downward. If I push it down a little bit more, we can see that there are paths in there. Now I don't know if these actual areas are these areas here are a little bit lower or coulees. They may even be higher yet. Anyway, I'm going to drop this call. If you want to try it again, Rob, give it a call back, and we'll see if we can answer that real quick. I'll turn that microphone portion off for now, just so we don't disturb the neighborhood. All right. Yeah, you have to back up him. Yeah, I'll back him up. I don't know where he went though. Let's see, what's this one doing? Oh, he went to the other one? Or did he? Now he's got me confused. Nope, I need a break. So do you. Okay, yeah, Rob's gonna go take a break, and anyway, I just wanted to kind of wrap that up and just let you guys know this was what he was referring to. It has to go up a little bit, then down. Now, here we're not sure exactly what it's going to do yet. It's going to be interesting to see in this area when it does pour out, and that's what makes this so exciting. So, anyway, just wanted to throw that out there for you guys, and you know, for it to change directions here, just as Rob was saying, it's going to take a lot for it to start coming back, to go into Upper Maridalia or back into Geldingadarler. What I was suggesting before is that we may have some flow into the back area here if we get certain blockages further in the flow, but it does have a very well developed trough system that has been there. It's literally several meters deep as it flows along, and it may end up kind of making it look like it's almost like tubes rather than the channels that it's using now. But let's not get involved too much in that. Anyway, it is break time. I'm going to throw it back onto the cameras here, and we are really not seeing anything. The top left camera is completely dark, no visibility at all, and that's the the visor cam. Top right screen is the long shot from across the valley, and the bottom right hand screen, of course, is the MBL close-up shot, and we don't see anything happening in any of these. So we're gonna hang tight though and see what happens. I am going to go take that break. Rob's taking a break, and we will get back in about 5 minutes here. So please hang in there. Oh, there, look, we got some lava monsters on there now, sort of. Oh, somebody walked across and stole them all. Okay, we'll see if that camera gets itself back, and we'll see something. Anyway, Truth, how come you shut the valves? Don't do that to us. Okay, I will be back in about 5 minutes. James or Jed, okay. RLC, one of Rob's main points, momentum versus gravity, is somewhat lost me. Okay, if momentum was significant, we wouldn't see mostly lava, lakes. Thanks for, okay. And I think he was referring to momentum down the hill. Okay. as far as it getting down and doing, once it hits that flat area down on the bottom, of course things are going to slow down and spread out. But we can talk about that a little bit more later, James. I'm going to go take that break, and we'll see what happens. I'll be back in about 5 minutes, guys. Stick around, please, and thank you. If that microphone will shut up.
Right, I'm very sorry about that, guys. For some reason, my computer just wanted to just update itself. I gotta turn my sound off because even people that love the sound of their own voice can't hear it 5 seconds after they said it. My computer just wanted to update itself. At the same time, my phone seemed to have died, which is what I was. My feed was basically going through my phone, so I could use the computer for the coolie bits. Anywho, is Flo Smith still there? Because I'm not going to be speaking now, mercifully, you lucky people. But what I'm going to do, I just wanted to read out her question because it's a fantastic question, and I'm going to, next time I come onto the stream, I think I'm just going to concentrate on this because there just seems to be so much ambiguity and misinformation and just a general lack of understanding of the very basics, and I think I'm just going to answer this next time I come onto the stream. Her message, her
Flo is
question
here.
to me was: Is this the first shield volcano that we can study from its birth in modern times and instruments? So just give me hell yeah or a hell no. You guys mind if next time I come on the stream, if we just talk about what the actual characteristics, the recognized characteristics of a shield volcano is, how it differs from other volcanoes in the composition of its lava, in its activity, in its behavior, even in its location on the planet. Sounds good? Okay. Flo, is that a request tomorrow or Thursday? Or a question? You asking me to commit now? Doc, you promised me I would never be asked to commit.
Oh,
and now the viewers are doing it for you.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, all right. So I'll just concentrate on that next time, and I'm sure you guys will find the opportunity to throw me as many furballs as you want. Yeah, I said it this time. I'm not even apologizing. I said furballs. Anyway, have a good night, and
okay, Rob. Rob,
he
just hang on.
Good night.
Hang on, Rob. Hang on. One second. There was one left in there that you missed, and that was Lady.
You need one more.
Lady Justice asked you your question there. You may have missed that. She said, Rob, a lava flowed into Nathagi. Oh, now it scrolled up on me here. The last time it erupted. Okay. So this is what
I've seen no indication of. I might be wrong. I haven't really been watching it today. When we say last time it erupted, what are we talking about? Are we talking last night?
Yeah,
Is it something that happened today?
I thought it was 2 days ago that we seen the eruption, because on the last eruption it wasn't spewing out anywhere near as much as it could, but from the eruption prior to that, there was a lot of people saying that there was some flow going into Nathagi, and I'm not sure in which direction. I never did actually see any evidence of it. But a lot of people were saying that it did do that, and that it created some kind of a crescent shape. So I'm still unsure whether it was via Gelding Gedarle or whether it was via the upper Mera down
well,
here.
if it's even in if it's made its way into Nathagi, then it's already news to me. I'm just checking because someone sent me something and I couldn't. In fact, I'm just thinking I can create a very quick time lapse and just have a look at. I just want to have a look at the other cameras over the older cameras overlooking No Name Valley, and then I'll be able to see exactly what they're. Do you know what side of the hill it went? Did it go down all the way down Gellingadale, or did it go down into No Name Valley and then go over where those two original berms were?
Yeah,
You know?
that is the question, and
Because
that's
I've
what I'm
seen-
unaware of.
I've
Yeah.
seen lots of water vapor coming off off that lower central Nuthuggy. But if you look on the 3D map, the figures that I sent you, the detailed figures, there are parts of lower Nuthuggy that are 45 meters thick, and I didn't realize that that valley was that deep in the first place. Or that lake, that dry lake bed was that thick, but apparently it's about 45 meters thick. So I can't, so there's no way that lava that's already under there is already cool. And the smoke that we saw, I'm now contradicting myself, the fumes that we saw, the emissions that we saw coming off there were water vapor, basically, like we're seeing everywhere else. It's just where it's pooling in lava. Yeah, Maria, thank you. Does your husband know that you write that to me? Okay. I just need to see some. I'm just having a look because I did see something like a day ago. 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. Please bear with me. No, it would have been like full. My inbox would have. Okay, I've got a few. I've got a few like water vapor outbursts at the front of the crater, which did originally look ominous, but nothing really came of it. Nothing went anywhere. And by the way, Ivana, who made that awesome image I showed you before, she said that if we did have such a collapse, if we did have that new flow, in all likelihood, there would be a collapse. There would be a greater crater collapse due to the change of direction of the flow. I'm just having a look. Yeah, it's not. There's no flow into Nuthuggy. I'm looking at the picture now. It's water vapor. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I'm sure I would have seen something by now. I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, Doug, can I go now?
Yeah, actually, we're good. I just wanted to, yeah, if you want to take off, Rob, not a problem. You take care, and thank you for popping in today. Really, really do appreciate you coming on and adding your words of wisdom. And thank you very much for being on. And I hear sirens. I'm not sure if they're at my place or your place. Anyway.
I told you I had a curfew.
Oh.
Anyway, good night, guys.
All right, take care, Rob, and we'll talk to you later. All right. Okay, so I will turn that audio feed off, and all right, I stopped it real quick here, and actually the lava tubes. I was just pointing those out. Using the 3D map here, and that is, I believe these are the ones that you guys were making reference to, and of course it's these three holes here that you see, and then there's an output down here, and yes, indeed, there are lava tubes underneath there, but if we are going to get fresh lava coming down anywhere down here, we will in all likelihood see these things start to collapse because they've been sitting for a while. They may reheat properly and they may flow again, but the likelihood is that they would probably collapse due to the heat and the reheating. And again, that is just kind of hypothesis or speculation, and we hope that we will see some of that flow eventually coming back down in here. And so that was on the end that was coming from Geldingadarlar and going down. So that would have meant that lava flow would have had to come along the edges or through in the middle here somewhere, and we just didn't see enough to really cause a push to get over there. We'll also see them start to glow. Exactly, Rob. And that was something that we didn't see. We didn't see any of the glowing there at all, or at least I wasn't witness to it. And I keep a fairly vigilant eye on what's going on, and I did not see any. So thanks for that interjection, and hopefully that answers that question as well. And we are getting to the end of the stream for today, and unfortunately our lovely volcano has left us in the dark, and it's not treating us as well as I'd like it to be. I was going to bring up the seismic chart again here and just see if we can find if it is going up at all just before we take off. So we get a little bit of an idea whether we are on a rebound or is still being very, very slow. And to me it looks like it is indeed still being very, very slow. So let me just save this one very quickly. And Doc, it's not my fault. Oh, come on, Truth. Take the blame. You got big shoulders. You can do it. Flo Smith, thank you. Catch you on the flip side. You take care, Flo, and thank you for being here. And I'm going to load up that final chart for tonight just to get it up on the screen for you guys, and then we will see what we can do and get in the right folder and load the right one. There we go, that folder. And boy, those numbers are getting higher. All right, I'll get that placed, and then we can have a quick peek at that before we get off of here for tonight. And that should be about centered, and we'll set that into play. There we go. James Donnelly, glow. Is there an infrared imagery satellite that's high enough resolution to provide? No, we were referring to visual glow, because if you do have some of that material flowing through there, just like what we seen the other day yesterday coming into right from the volcano crater heading northeast there, we only seen what I was referring to as Siggy's lava workers walking around there. You'd see those red spots showing up, or bright spots, if you will, and you'd see some of that glow, and we didn't see any of that, unfortunately. Anyway, okay, let's see. I got things binging on my ear here, and I got to see why that's still on. I thought I turned that off. Clyde the bot is giving me a hard time. Okay, Clyde the bot, I don't need that. All right, new. It appears that you've been being by yourself on this call. I thought I terminated my call. Okay. I gotta figure out why this thing is still saying I'm in a call. I'm not. Oh man. Okay, get rid of that message. Okay, guys and girls, I just wanted to throw that back up so you see what's happening. It's going to be popping back up. I've been checking the Landsat and Sentinel feeds for weeks, and nothing worth writing home about yet, although I wish there was, is what Rob is saying. So we haven't seen anything. And Kim Raudenbush, oh no, you're not going to get more stream time. I'm going to shut her down. I got a bunny to deal with. See what we got on the screen? It's absolutely nothing to look at. And I'm just really disappointed. Keep pushing those buttons. Little Bear, I'm trying. Glad we had those time lapses, yes, and we are very happy that we did have them, and that we also have the maps and the other good material. And I was trying to see if we can end up on with a little bit more lava here somewhere. I'll turn some lava on. And of course, no, this isn't the one I want. Or is it? We'll just leave that on for a second, just so you kind of see some lava. But anyway, looking at this one though, this is where you can already see that the repair has happened on the cone wall that's pretty close to us, right where that lava was splashing up. Oh yeah, that's that collapse. I did show that earlier. It's just I just thought it'd be better to end the stream with that rather than with nothing on the screen. And I hope you guys are all good with that. And again, we can't control what actually happens with the volcano. So hopefully tomorrow we will have a possible better session with the thing actually erupting. But for now, I am going to say good night to everyone. And thank you to all the super chatters. Sherry Lawson, if I don't know if you popped in here tonight, I didn't see you. If you were in or are in, I did again want to say thank you for that super chat yesterday, and I know Arizona Snowman did say thank you to you. But I did actually miss it, and I did catch it later on when I went back through the video. So if you're here, Sharon, thank you. Or sure, Sherry, I mean, jeez, now I'm doing names bad. Okay, anyway, wanted to do that. Good with that. Go feed your bunnies and check the mail. Email. James, I already checked it. Man, you are Jed. I was reading, and that's just too much to try to read through the course of in between breaks and things. So, but I will read it after I get done with the bunnies. I promise you. And we'll see if we can load a little bit more. Thendus Nye, thank you for being here, and also what is it? Cara Anna, I hope that's right. I look forward to your live streams. Thanks so much. Okay, you are welcome, and I hope that I didn't mess your name up too bad. No, this last little chunk was not live. Sorry, guys. It's actually day 136, and if I put it back on the live stream, you won't even be able to see anything. That's how dark it is there right now, and there's nothing happening in the crater. There's two different cameras now, and here's a third camera. So we don't see any of that, and you know, if we go back to the multi-shot view, it's pretty evident. So anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully tomorrow we will get a little bit more action, and oh, thank you. All right, Quara Anna. All right, I hope I did it right again. And thank you for being here. Sharon Stewart, that image was so 2 days ago. Yes, it was. It was. And that's the best I could do for right now on short notice. Actually, hang on. Maybe there is. No, there was no lava flow yesterday. That's the problem. That's why I didn't have any of that. Usually what I do is I grab some shots from during the night, and those didn't happen. So bacon lives matter. Anyway, for today, we're going to call it a day. Please, everybody, put Piggy in your thoughts for tonight and for her operation for tomorrow. And just good vibes for her. That way everything will go well. And on that friendly note, I'm going to get off of here. So please tell your loved ones you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and we will see you tomorrow night. Thank you for being here. Good night.